What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Patriot Specialized. Today's episode, we got an amphibious troop carrier we're picking up, taking up to Michigan. We got some dies we're picking up, taking to Canton, which turned into a little bit of a debacle to get unloaded. We ran into one of the other guys from A&H. We got to see his setup, and we got a drill rig excavator we're picking up from Kentucky. So stick around. Let's go see what kind of trouble we can stir up.
Right across these plains and prairies, Rocky Mountain highs, fade off into the distance like ghost riders in the sky. Black smoke and white line, steel horses side by side. It's more than just a living, y'all. Hell, it's our way of life. We're the last of the cowboys, the giddy up gone boys. 18 wheels on the concrete, it's a slow and dying breed, rolling like Jesse James, modern day outlaw game. If you're out here riding with me, come on back and make some noise. We're the last of the cowboys.
Right, we're parked for the night, parked for the weekend. Got Mama coming down here to pick me up, so she is not here yet, so I figured I'd jump out here and show you guys. Obviously, you guys know I cannot film in the pickup on these loads. They don't allow any filming there. Oh man, you gotta be kidding me. Crap, I lost part of my oversized sign. Stupid salt. That salt on that bumper wouldn't allow the magnet to stick as good, so dang it. See if we get another one of them. I'll have to do something for Monday. Put a different one on here. But what we got out of that little upsetting. But this is what we got right here. Amphibious military vehicle. I don't even know what they call these things other than amphibious. Obviously, going to my boys in the Marine Corp. Pretty cool unit. Got loaded up today. Took a little longer than I wanted to get loaded up. I got there at 6:30 in the morning. I had my appointment at 6:30 in the morning. Got there. They were in some kind of meeting, and it took a while to get me loaded, and then took a little bit longer to bring me my paperwork. So that wasn't great, but got out of there, got back in time, no big deal. Man, this truck needs a bath. We need a bath. So here's what we got. This thing's weighing in at about 64,000 pounds. So what I did for securement on here, and this is kind of interesting. I ran one chain from here through that eyelet to the other side, did the same thing going this way. So you get full credit for those two because I go all the way across. Then I had this bunch of chain tail that I wasn't crazy about. So I didn't want it just laying around. So this side over here, I went ahead and tied up. But that side over there, I actually used the chain tail, brought out another binder, and used the chain tail to come through to get all four corners pinned to meet the Ohio requirement. Ohio likes you to see all four corners pinned and then whatever additional securement you need. So we did that. Using the extra chain tails, I did it a little bit different up on in the front, and it's a little bit more defined. So got our flags on, four corners to the load. Here's what we did up front. So we got, basically what we got going on back there is two chains all the way across, and then we get half credit for the other two. So we have, that counts as 3 chains back there. And then we did the same thing up here, hooked to the side, went through the tie down point to the other side, and then we hooked to that side, went through that tie down point and came to this side. So you get full credit for those 2 chains. And then I used the chain tail off of this to come up here and hook and come down right to the trailer, which gives you that corner marker that Ohio wants to see. They want to see the 4 corners of any wheeled vehicle locked in place, and then whatever additional securement you need. So that meets the requirement for Ohio and keeps us compliant. So figured the best way, really, I didn't like having them chain tails hanging. I didn't have anything to do with them, so I thought, you know what, I'm gonna tie it in, and you get out a couple more binders. Never hurts to have more securement. So that's what we did there. Here's the other side right here. Pretty good looking unit. This thing goes up to Detroit, Michigan. We're gonna get it there Monday, probably about noon on Monday. We'll get up there, get this thing delivered, and then the dies that we've been picking up, you've seen a bunch of episodes on that, those are 3.9 miles away. So we're gonna go ahead and get, I hear air. We're gonna go ahead and get a die picked up on Monday, run it down to Canton, and then we'll see what next week has in store. So right now, I'm gonna figure out where I'm hearing air from, and then I'm gonna pack up the rest of my stuff, and hopefully Mom will be here soon to pick me up. All right, Tuesday morning. Tuesday. Got that amphibious unit delivered yesterday morning, or yesterday afternoon. Ran up my butt 3.6 miles down to pick up a die. Got the die picked up, ran down to my normal space, low die, got parked for the night. And now I'm sitting here at delivery, this cold. It is, my truck is showing, it's sitting here idling, so the temperature's probably not right. It's probably a little colder than what my gauge says. My gauge says 11 outside, so it's pretty cold this morning. Forklift wouldn't start. We got here at 6:30, got unchained, ready to go. They opened the scale at 7 o'clock, and got scaled in. We've been sitting up here at the top of the hill at 9 o'clock now, waiting on this forklift to start. But they just radioed us and said they got it started. They're gonna let it run for about 20 minutes and then get the hydraulics warmed up. And then they're gonna get us unloaded. So I figured I'd jump out here, show you what we got. All right. Got Beast a bath yesterday. Didn't do a whole lot of good, but that's what we got going on. Got us a die. Right back there's Mr. Bello. Below. Nobody knows how to pronounce his name. I just call him the B guy. So here's what we got. One die. This one they say is weighing in at 78,000 pounds. 78,850 pounds. Pretty good load. A little bit wide. Already got unsecured. Usually when we get in here and get in position, we unsecure sitting right here, and then wait for them to, we just pull down in front of them, they pick it off, and then we go around and scale out. Needed all 8 axles in Michigan, only 7 in Ohio. There's Mr. Jeff right there. I'll go back and show you what he's got a die on too. You guys hear me sometimes on the channel talk about Conestogas. This is the trailer I'm talking about right here. There's Mr. Jeff right there. All right, guys, a little background on Jeff. Mr. Jeff Bigelow. This guy has so many names now. Jeff came to A&H, and he actually came to A&H as one of the, he was in line to be, he was actually sought out to be one of the heavy haul guys. Excuse me, one of the heavy haul drivers. And when he started, shortly after he started, we gave him the, we have one W900. It was actually an older truck in the fleet. It's a W900, super nice truck. Well, it was a super nice truck when Jeff got it. It was, like I said, it was one of the older trucks in the fleet, and we had made the decision, A&H had made the decision to go ahead and breathe some new life into this truck. I believe the motor was done, but it had a brand new paint job, had all kinds of chrome done to it, new wheels, new tires, new bumper, everything was polished, new chrome grille. Like, this thing was, it was one step below a show truck. In fact, I probably would have took that truck to some shows. It was an absolutely beautiful truck. It was an older W900, but A&H breathed a whole bunch of new life into it, and it was an absolutely gorgeous truck. And unfortunately, not too long after, I don't remember how long it was, but not too long after Jeff got that truck and was using it and running and doing a great job, he was pulling into a truck stop. I don't remember what city he was in, but he was pulling into a truck stop, I think Granite City, and I'm guessing one of the fuel lines broke, popped off, sent fuel to the exhaust, and this thing burned to the ground. It was so unfortunate. Such a nice truck. Fortunately, Jeff saw it early, was able to get out of the truck before anything happened to him. He was not hurt at all. He did go back in after it was fully ablaze to get his wallet, which, you know, I guess you kind of need your wallet in that situation. So he did go back in to get his wallet, and he did get a minor injury on his arm where some of the headliner that was burning and melting actually dripped onto his arm. But he did get a minor injury from that, but it was nothing, minor burn, no big deal. But so he fared very well out of it, and we were grateful for that. You know, a truck's a truck. You can replace a truck, but you can't replace people, especially not a heavy haul guy or anybody, any employee at A&H. Everybody here is great people, and they're good at their job, and they care, and they're just, every single one of them is irreplaceable. I'd like to think myself included. So that is a little history on Jeff. This poor truck, it burned to the ground, but he ended up getting the sister to Ghost, as you're seeing in the video here. It's a pretty looking truck. That truck right there is actually the sister to Ghost. It came in, we bought it, it showed up about 1 month after we got Ghost, so it's Ghost's sister. But here's what Jeff's got on. They're telling him his weighs about 57,000. He's running a quad axle trailer. He can pull a good amount of weight. This Conestoga, for those of you guys that don't know what a Conestoga is, this is a Conestoga. That thing just slides closed, and it's basically, you know, it's a fully tarp load. It's really good when you're hauling tarp loads all the time, but it limits you on over-dimensional. You can't do anything over-dimensional because you got to be able to close your curtain. So, pretty good looking load. Jeff's got a nice looking setup, except for that cowboy sticker right there. I don't know what his problem is. I don't know about that. Jeff. But I am freezing my ass off right now, so I'm gonna get back in this truck. They said we should be getting unloaded in about 20 minutes or so, so we will, hopefully we'll be getting unloaded, get out of here. I can make it back up and get another one of these things today. I was starting to get worried that I wouldn't have enough time to get back up there, but looks like we will. So, see you in a minute. Right, so that was that. We ended up getting, they ended up getting Big Red fired up. We call it Big Red. Obviously, you're gonna see a picture here in a second. This is why we call it Big Red. They got Big Red fired up. Finally took about 3 hours. Got it fine. It got us unloaded, and I just barely, about a hair of my chin, barely made it back up to reload. That came with a little bit of an event. There was a snowstorm that came across, and it was wreaking havoc on travel. It was pretty interesting. Watched my trailer go sideways a couple times on the slick roads, and it was interesting and stressful. But we got up there, we got loaded. A little bit of weird situation there. They claimed they didn't know I was coming, so they didn't have anything ready for me, but they ended up digging out a legal one, which was fine with me. I just wanted some weight. Just give me some weight, so when I go back through that those crappy roads in that snowstorm, I'll have a little bit of weight to help me out and keep me grounded to the earth instead of sliding around. So turns out, didn't need it. I don't know what sort of portal I went through between getting up there and picking up and then getting out of there, but I got out of there and started heading south, and the roads were absolutely perfect. Like that storm never happened. I was only there 35 minutes maybe, and somehow in that 35 minutes the road crews managed to get the roads completely cleared up. The storm blew through, and they got the roads completely cleared up, and they were almost dry roads. It was fantastic. So, well, that's that, and we got that thing delivered this morning. Got it taken off down in Canton, Ohio. We ended up bouncing down to Kentucky, and that's where we're at right now on the video. Yeah, well, in the machine now. Let's see if we can find a key. See if we can find a key that works in my bag of keys here. I think it's gonna be it's this one right here, I think. Nope, that's not it. Found it. That didn't take long. Okay, what is happening here? Alright. It's running. The rest of this gaggle of keys. That off later. I think I'll take that one off and put it in with my other ones so that I always know where it is. Here we go. What we're dealing with, because the drill rig is so long, we have to set it down. We have to fold it up like this, have it facing backwards, and then set it down on the trailer somewhere in here. I think I'm gonna move my airlines out of the way and put a board across there, and then that knuckle should set right down on that and be perfect. So let's see what happens. Put it across here. That might work a little better. Trick of getting that knuckle to come down right on that thing. All loaded up, loaded up, loaded up, loaded up, loaded up. Got her chain down. Interesting thing, got her measurements, and we managed to, the way we loaded it this time, we managed to get a lot lower. So I'm gonna go out and show you guys this load real quick. I just talked to the customer. I was hoping, since it's only going about 70 miles, I was hoping these guys would want it today and I could run it down there and deliver it today, but get back up here to reload tomorrow. However, they don't want it till the morning. They actually aren't going to use it for a couple days, so they aren't looking for it to be there anytime soon. So looks like tomorrow morning it is. We've got a little bit of an issue with a curfew in Lexington we're going to have to deal with. I got to figure that out, where I can and can't go. And the good part is Kentucky lets you run at night, so I can get in there early, try to get on the other side of the curfew and not have to worry about that. But this is what we got. Woo! A little bit of ice out here. This is a Komatsu 280. It is weighing in at about 62,000 pounds with the drill head. So she's a little heavy, but this is the exact same style unit that I picked up in Pittsburgh and brought out of Pittsburgh. You guys saw that video. That was not fun, but this one shouldn't be as bad. The only tricky things about this particular customer is where their drill rigs go, it's always to a job site. So you always end up with a pin on a map with grid coordinates, and that's where you're delivering to. There's no address, it's not going to a building, it's going to a job site. So sometimes it's interesting to find these places and get into them, and this one looks like it might be tomorrow. The way he was talking, he said he's gonna meet me at the top of the hill and just track it down from there, because he said I'll never get out of there. So I'm glad I called him and found that out. He's gonna meet me in the morning. But 62,000 pounds. Securement wise, at 62 we need 31,000 pounds worth of securement, which is pretty easy to accomplish. Woo! Dang, I'm gonna fall yet. Pretty easy to accomplish with 1/2-inch chains. However, there's some spots that are tricky to secure. Make sure you have everything you need. So this is what we did. Placement on it. Basically, I permitted 2 foot of rear overhang, and we are dead on that 2 foot of rear overhang. So we're perfect there. We laid the arm down, and I originally had permitted I went ahead and permitted this thing at 14 foot 2 inches, because that's what we ended up at coming out of Pittsburgh. However, this one, I found a better way to do it, and this one lays down a little bit further. So instead of that one, we put a block on this frame section right here and laid that arm in there. This one, I was able to bring it back further and lay it in right here with these 2 blocks here, put the knuckle in there. So that got us a little bit further back. It also allowed us to extend this arm out a little bit further, which will bring the height down. As it extends out, it comes down. So we are actually, the way it sits, best measurement I can get, which is kind of tricky where I'm sitting, best I can get is I'm sitting at 13.6 right now. So that's good to know. I just emailed or messaged my permit department to see if they ordered the rest of my permits yet, because if not, we're going to change that to legal instead of 14.2. It'll change my routing quite a bit, I'm pretty sure. What I did for securement here, around this side so I don't fall. What I did for securement here is my usual binder from the track to the no chain at all, binder straight to the trailer from the track, 1 on each side. And then I also did a chain grabbing the outside, pulling into the middle. So this one, the binder pulls out, this one pulls in, so we got that locked in. We get basically 2 chains credit here. We also put 1 chain over the arm. As you know, DOT requires that you have something over the arm to keep this thing from being able to rotate. So I put 1 chain back here. So we get full credit for that chain because it goes all the way across. We get half credit for each one of these, so we end up with 2 more securement devices here. So we have 3 total so far. We got our flags marking the widest portion of load as good as we can get. And then up front, I did the same thing with my binders from the track straight to the trailer, and then 1 chain going across, get full credit for that, half credit for both of those. So that's another, so basically we got 5 chains holding this thing in, which we only actually needed 3 to be legal for securement. So we are in great shape for securement. Got some extra on, which, you know what, there's nothing wrong with having some extra. So it's a good looking unit. We are going to get out of here, try to get this thing delivered. Hopefully, truck stop's only about, the only truck stop between here and delivery is only about 20 minutes down the road. So I'm not going to get a whole lot of this run off tonight, but that doesn't really matter because it's we'll get there pretty early in the morning. So let's go do it. So this is where I'm going to leave you guys. We got this thing picked up and we are going to make delivery on it tomorrow morning. Hoping that everything goes smooth there. I looked at the route's pretty good. There is a curfew in Lexington. I got to go through Lexington. The delivery is a little southwest of Lexington. So I got to go through Lexington. There is a curfew I got to deal with. I need to get out of that curfew before 7 o'clock. I think Kentucky will allow you to run at night, so I shouldn't have any trouble, I hope, as long as I get up on time, get my lazy butt out of bed. I shouldn't have any trouble making the curfew on that and get this thing kicked off tomorrow morning. Then we're going to run right back up to that same location. We're going to pick up another one going to Virginia that we're going to have taken to the shop, get our new light bar put on, probably some tires put on the truck, and we will be on our way to Virginia next week. So if you're brand new to the channel and this is your first video and you like what you see, please hit that like button. I appreciate that. If you want to see more, consider subscribing to the channel. It helps the channel grow. We've been kind of growing kind of slow here, maybe because I'm not putting out as many videos as I used to, but I'm looking to hopefully you guys can help me out and get the ball rolling again, and we'll get the numbers to start growing like they used to, and that was very cool. And I'm sure that you guys can do it, and I'm going to do my part, and we will see you guys on the next one. Everybody stay safe out there.